Welcome to That's Good Sports. I'm Brandon. The only thing worse than saying F-word the NFL is to call someone a F-word ass cracker in the NFL, Perna. What a lucky week, because we got to see two disgruntled football players say those exact things on social media. Today, Antonio Brown took to Instagram and Twitter to relay an important message just a week before he was supposed to meet with the NFL league offices to explain why he is not a rapist and a totally sane guy who should be on a team. AB's message? F-U-C-K at NFL. I cannot wait to dive into that like the shallow end of a pool. Today is all about AB. Let's get sports. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Today's episode is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is the sensation of the mobile gaming world, the RPG that changes everything you know about RPGing. Raid's been downloaded 15 million times in the last 6 months. So what is Raid? It's an epic dark fantasy done right. A hero collection turn-based game with over 400 champions for you to collect and personally customize. Choosing my champion was an easy choice, wasn't it, busty elf woman? Gather orcs, undead, knights, elves, and more. Assemble a team from 16 heroic factions, explore 1+ million champion builds, and it is free to play. And the game is growing super fast, so check out this cool roadmap that they've published. Some extra cool features in the game also include the multi-battle auto mode. Set battles to run in auto mode while you go and do something else. Check out their weekly tournaments and fight in the arena, running special dungeons, or just leveling up your heroes. There's always a way to compete and win extra prizes every week. So make sure you use my link in the description and you will get 50,000 pieces of silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to start your journey. It's been a while since I said AB, but we are back on the Antonio Brown news cycle. 0 days without an AB incident here at That's Good Sports. Now, the NFL and AB are scheduled to meet next Thursday to discuss the sexual assault and rape allegations Brown is facing in a civil suit. Will that meeting happen now that Antonio Brown posted this on Instagram? Fuck at NFL. I'm going down another path. No more making money off my blood and sweat. No more control of my name and body. Clear my name. I am done with it. So you fantasy fucks can let it go. Champagne emoji. Champagne emoji? Wow. I did not think AB was serious until I saw the clicking champagne celebration emojis. That is a sign a deal is done. It's the emoji Jeff Bezos tweets every time he destroys another small business. It's the emoji Philip Rivers uses every time he conceives another child. And it's the emoji Philip Lindsay's parents used when he finally decided to move out of their basement this week. It is the most serious sign of an ending or a beginning one can display via social media. AB appears to be officially done with the NFL. Unless, of course, wearing an NFL official shirt in your fuck the NFL post is like crossing your fingers on a promise. That might negate the finality of the champagne emojis and would hold up in a court. Just ask old O.J. Simpson.
It's me, O.J. Mahomes.
Now, Antonio Brown didn't just post to Instagram. He posted a similar message to Twitter. I love that Antonio Brown doesn't have his Insta and Twitter accounts connected. Nobody ever accused him of being lazy. I respect that he's taking the time to post essentially the same message twice, but with a unique twist for each platform. And on Twitter he said, "Imagine conforming to a system, giving it 100% to see them treat me like this is unfairly. Making money off my sweat and blood, fuck the at NFL, I'll never play in that shit, treat black people the worse. Clear my name and go fuck yourself." It takes a minute, but you get the points he's making. Serious question though, who has a better chance at playing in the NFL again? Antonio Brown or Colin Kaepernick? Give me your fake answers in the comments. For a guy whose precision route running and timing made him one of the best in the league, he has no grasp of timing in real life. The NFL was going to meet with AB on Thursday to hear his side of the story. They were going to give him the chance to convince them the sexual assault allegations weren't substantial enough so they could employ him again. Why would he blow that up before even talking to the league? As long as there's no video evidence, Antonio, no positive drug tests, and you're still good at football, the NFL will try to let you play. The NFL will do whatever they can to let you play if it's not one of those three things. My thoughts though, Antonio Brown is guilty as fuck. Or he knows he's too dumb to convince the league he's not guilty as fuck. Just last week, we learned the Seahawks considered signing Antonio Brown before they went ahead and claimed Josh Gordon off of waivers after the Patriots released him. Again, I just don't understand why Brown would do this right before meeting with the NFL. But trying to understand the mind of Antonio Brown is probably like trying to understand the plot of HBO's Watchmen upon first viewing. You're gonna need a PhD in psychology just to understand why you're too stupid to understand it. The ultimate Catch-22. Also a confusing movie. Sorry, I shouldn't say Catch-22. Teasing Antonio Brown by saying 22 catches, something he'll never do again, that's mean. I have been known, though, from time to time to predict the future. You don't earn the nickname Nostrapernus by making rails disappear like AB's career. No, you earn it for mind-blowing predictions that come true. And right now, I see Antonio Brown's future with clarity. Des Bryant tweeted, "I'm not trying to go nowhere and be a starter on a team. I want to contribute because I know I will be able to. I'm feeling good. In 2 weeks, I'm going to reach out to teams and see what happens. Let's go, X." Go get him, X. If there were a way to bet on this tweet coming from the fingers of Antonio Brown in 1 year, I would wager a mortgage payment on that right now. The difference is that a team might actually be willing to take a flyer on Des Bryant. As for AB, he will tweet something similar, but with much worse grammar and at least one reference to how business is booming again. Oh my God, we didn't even have to wait a year for my prediction to become correct. While editing this video, I saw Antonio Brown apologized on Twitter for his rant. I know Drew Rosenhaus wrote this tweet for him because it is coherent, but AB tweeted, "I'm just very frustrated right now with these false allegations and slander to my name. I love football, and I miss it. I just want to play, and I'm very emotional about that. I'm determined to make my way back to the NFL ASAP. AB, do clinking champagne emojis mean nothing to you? Do they mean nothing? How's an NFL team supposed to trust you if you're misusing clinking champagne emojis? Jesus, fuck." How has AB's agent Drew Rosenhaus not convinced AB to delete his social media? AB has a better chance at convincing a waitress at Applebee's to give him a hand job in the bathroom before 10 p.m. than he does for an NFL team to take another chance on him. After 10 p.m. at Applebee's? Well, that's a different story. Anything goes at Applebee's after 10 p.m. Club Applebee's, worse than Club Chili's, but better than Club Outback Steakhouse, where if you say, "Put another shrimp on the Barbie," it's code for placing your penis in the hand warmer in the women's bathroom. Yes, I used to go clubbing a lot. Now we know grammars and English language words ain't the strength of Antonio Brown, but I have to believe math is also not in his wheelhouse. The NFL isn't making nearly as much money off of his name or blood and sweat as he could have made off the NFL. If you follow his Instagram or YouTube channel, he is still sweating his ass off just for free or $3 CPMs on YouTube instead of making $30 million guaranteed. And all of that blood the NFL uses to keep Jerry Jones alive, that's called sunk cost, Antonio. AB, read an econ textbook sometime. You can buy one at the nearest bookstore. They only cost $12 million. The book costs that much. You can buy a bookstore for far less money nowadays. Antonio Brown has already said that he will not play in the XFL. What we do know is his word is less valuable than me in a dunking contest. I don't believe anything that comes out of AB's mouth, so would I be surprised if he lands in the XFL? No. However, Vince McMahon, owner of the XFL, lost $300 million after the WWE stock took a huge hit last week. We already know XFL player salaries are extremely low, so I'm not sure if the XFL would foot the bill for AB, and even they said months ago they would not pursue him. No matter how many times AB or the XFL both say no, people keep thinking it will happen on Twitter. I don't know, it might. It might not. I doubt he actually has a plan though. With $70 million in career earnings, he doesn't really need a plan, except don't lose all of that money. The craziest part, the NFL still might meet with him if he decides to show up on Thursday. Ian Rappaport on the NFL Network said the meeting may still happen, even though AB voiced his displeasure with the league. That's all Ian could really say about AB's tweets. We all know what this meeting is supposed to be about, but if anyone can make this meeting about something that it isn't, it's Antonio Brown. I expect him to demand that the NFL return the power tools they borrowed, and also his collection of physical therapist-themed sex dolls Robert Kraft said he'd hold on to for him while he was in New England. Now, I do need to credit Antonio Brown for one very impressive thing. I trust him less than Roger Goodell and the NFL owners at this point, and that's an accomplishment. The NFL and the owners, they were Joffrey, the worst villain I had ever seen. And then Ramsey Bolton comes along and starts raping and cutting off people's penises. If you do meet on Thursday, Antonio Brown, I can only hope somehow, some way, both you and the NFL lose. That is a win for all of us fans. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Please subscribe here on YouTube. Got a sub. Big shout out to @TJ Carpenter Show for helping me with this script today. Follow him on Twitter. I'm on Twitter @BrandonPerna. And yeah, you have to read it in that dumb voice. Otherwise, are you really even following me?